With Acheron approaching really soon, and the amount of excitement I have for her and everyone else that is as well, I'll be going over reasons to why I'm pulling for Acheron, but before that, join Discord, it's up on screen and also in the description below, discord.gg/expresstrain. If you do like the video, give me a like, I appreciate it as always, and the sub button is also free. Now, with all that being said, let's go over the reasons to why I am pulling for Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, aka the Emanator. Reason number one to why I'm pulling for Acheron is because of the godly animations. And let me just say that they cooked like crazy. Hoyo wishes on something else when they decided to make Acheron her animations. Like, just watch and listen to the skill and ultimate animation for Acheron. Okay, what the actual was that? Guys, like, that was if you took Zila's ultimate and you amplified it by 10 times and put it into a skill attack. That's what Acheron's skill was. And that wasn't even her ultimate, which is even crazier. Alright, let's break down the skill and ultimate animations for Acheron. With the skill, she unsheathes her sword, and you can see and hear the thundering sounds when she does that. Then she charges forward and does 4 quick slashes to the enemy with after images, mind you, that move around the enemy and then makes the actual slashes to make a mini black hole at the end while she sheaths her sword in style. Now, I noticed that the slashes that she makes also spell out the letters of IX. Also, they spelled it out twice, by the way, which is referring to the Eon of IX of Nihility, which is a cool detail I didn't notice when reacting to the animations for the first time. Now, the ultimate animations. Where do I start? Okay, so she pops a domain expansion, which is I wasn't expecting that at all, and everything becomes black and white while Acheron herself stays mostly red. You can see the flowers and the water reflection as she moves around, performing 5 multi-slashes onto the enemy, and then ending off with 2 slashes for a finisher while she just collapses the domain onto the enemy. These animations by far are just the best in game. I don't know what they were thinking, and they didn't really have to go this crazy for Acheron, but like, it's Raiden Mei, a version of Raiden Mei in the Star Rail universe after all, so they just had to show off in the best way possible. Reason number 2 to why I'm pulling for Acheron is her being the first Nihility unit that is a crit scaling and not dot based, meaning damage over time. Previously, we have had dot characters like Black Swan and Kafka that apply dots to the enemy to do damage over time. But we also have characters like Silverwolf and Pela that apply debuffs to the enemy overall. With Acheron, she works like a DPS character, like Jin Liu and IL, that work off of attack, crit rate, and crit damage. But thankfully, she doesn't need any effective hit rate, but we will go over how to build her momentarily. In order to get her ultimate, which is completely different from everyone else in the game that requires energy, Acheron requires 9 stacks of Slash Dream instead. To get the 9 stacks for Acheron to use her ultimate, you need to apply 9 Crimson Knots to the enemy, meaning of debuffs. She starts off with 5 stacks of Slash Dream and applies 5 Crimson Knots to a random enemy when entering the battle. To get the other 4 stacks of Slash Dreams / Crimson Knots for Acheron to use her ultimate, here are the different ways. 1 is Acheron herself by using her skill attack. 2 is other Nihility units like Black Swan, Kafka, Pela, and Silverwolf that can apply debuffs to the enemy by using their skill or ultimate. 3 is enemies exploding, which can apply debuffs to themselves, which can give Acheron stacks for her ultimate, which is pretty nice. I didn't know that until watching the live stream. And lastly, 4 is any preservation unit that has the Trend of Universal Market LC. It's the Topaz looking one, by the way, which can also give a stack for Acheron by applying a debuff to the enemy when the preservation unit is attacked. But those are the different ways to charge her ultimate to do crazy damage to the enemies. Let's also go over Acheron's technique real quick, because, well, it's, kind of broken if you ask me. But they just made it broken for no reason. What I mean is that it just kills any trash mobs in the game without entering battle at all. Whether on the overworld or in SU, it can kill them without any problems. I don't know what they were thinking with this technique. I don't know, it's like the most broken thing I've ever seen in my life, I swear. You literally can just kill them, you get the rewards, and you kill them in SU, you get the blessings, and you literally just don't have to fight them. And I also just want to point out that it does not work on elite enemies or trollers in SU, so you still have to fight them. So in terms of how you want to build Acheron, for Lycons you can either run her signature LC, which is the bestest slot for Acheron, or you could use either Goodnight Sleepwell, Silver Wolves LC, or Welt's LC. In terms of relic options, you can either run 4-piece Pioneer Diver of Dead Water set, which is the best slot for her, or 4-piece Quantum set for the extra defense shredding, or you could mix a hybrid between 2-piece Pioneer or 2-piece Musketeer. For planar sets you can run on Acheron, you can either run the Ismo set, Interstellar set, or Space Sealing Station set. The main stats you actually want for Acheron is crit rate or crit damage for the body, speed or attack boots, lightning damage or attack orb, and lastly is attack robe. Now for the subsets you actually want for her as well is crit rate and crit damage with speed and attack percent. For Eidolons for Acheron, E0 S1 works perfectly fine for her. You just need to make sure you have to run 2 other Nihilde units on the team with her because she does not count herself as one, by the way. But if you want to, spend some money and go for extra Eidolons, E6 S5 like I'm going to be doing when I do my summons. God, I need some help after that, by the way. But E1 is really good for extra crit rate of 80% when dealing damage to debuff enemies. E2, I'd say, is the best stopping point if you plan on pulling for more Eidolons for her, because it allows Acheron to work with so many more teams and lowering the Nihilde requirement from 2 to 1 on the team to get the full buff of 160% instead of the 115% with just one Nihilde unit on the team from her bonus ability trace talent. E4 is something crazy, just increases the ultimate damage enemies take by 8% more, and then E6 is just absolutely cracked. Increases all type res pen for the ultimate damage dealt by Acheron by 20%, then damage dealt by basic attack and skill will also be considered as ultimate damage. I'm sorry, what? Ultimate damage for your attack and skill? Yeah, that's kind of broken. What? But it also reduces enemy toughness regardless of weakness types. Oh my god. If that doesn't sound crazy, I don't know what else does at this point for Acheron. Like, she's gonna be the most broken character at E6, S5, or just E6 in general. E6, S1, you're just gonna be murdering everything in the game. Reason number 3 to why I'm pulling for Acheron is because this is a version of Raiden Mei in the Star Rail universe. Now what I mean by a version of Raiden Mei is because this is technically not our actual Raiden Mei in the Star Rail universe, because in the latest trailer that we got for Acheron in terms of lore drop, there was so many HR3 references with the whole 12 swords being the 12 Hershers, / Divine Keys, or however you want to look at it. But just HR3 fans were going crazy over the trailer because, oh my god, we literally got like a mix of what Hersher of Origin and Hersher of Thunder in that trailer alone. There's so many similarities between Raiden Mei and Acheron. For instance, one of them is that the ultimate for both of them. One for Hersher of Origin because she literally pops a domain. Same thing with Acheron, when she does her ultimate, she pops a domain. And they literally do both multi-slash hits on the enemy and then close off by closing the domain and just doing damage to the enemy. And then in terms of Hersher of Thunder, in terms of similarities, with the trailer that we just got for Acheron in terms of the Mirror Celestial trailer, she literally looks like Hersher of Thunder before she became actually, of whatever she is now today of being Acheron. Now, with the last reason of being number 4, why I'm pulling for Acheron, is surprisingly because she reminds me of one other character, which is Crimson Weave Alpha from PGR, or Punisher Grey Raven. Now, you're probably wondering why this character in particular. Well, I'm a big fan of PGR as well, and the timings were kind of weird in terms of how they released the leaks for Acheron and then Punisher Grey Raven for Crimson Weave Alpha. We got a mix of hybrid of Raiden Mei and Crimson Weave Alpha in one game, being of Honkai Star of Acheron. Does it get any better than that? I don't think so, because it's just like the way that Acheron sheaths her sword behind her when she does her technique is literally just similar when Crimson Weave does her basic attack animations in the game, and then when she also sheaths it when you finish the battle of the mission and whatnot. And the hype value just went even above and beyond just for Acheron. So yeah, I think that's all the reasons I wanted to say and why I'm be pulling for Acheron. If you have any other reasons to why you'll be pulling for Acheron, just let me know in the comments below. If you did like the video, give me a like. Appreciate it as always. The sub button is also free. Just stay tuned for more HSR content like this in the future. And join Discord. It's up on screen and down in the description below. Discord.gg/ExpressTrain. We will be there. Story gameplay, showcases for Acheron, being of E0 S1, E2 S1, E6 S1, and then E6S5 just for whatever. We'll be doing every single type of content in the game just for Acheron, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm pretty excited to try her out a lot and just have fun in the game. And I wish you well on your summons for Acheron if you decide to pull for her and go for Eidolons. I pray you get her early. Same thing with me in terms of that and the LC as well for her. And as always, guys, love anime, stay motivated, and live life. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, peace.